Alright, here we are inside this magnificent piece of machinery called Douglas DC-3. One of my, if not the most favorite plane of all times, although I'm not really into planes, so I don't know, I just happen to like this one, mainly because it looks cool and it looks old school. It doesn't have any fancy GPS, so we need to navigate using radio signals. But yeah, today we are having a little journey from Vesivehmaa to Jyväskylä. So Vesivehmaa is where we are at the moment. And we are flying to Jyväskylä, Finland. And by doing that journey we need to go across the second largest lake in Finland called Lake Päijänne. So we are just starting our journey from the southernmost point of the Lake Päijänne. We will see it when we get into the air. But Vesivehmaa is pretty much at the southernmost point of that lake. And then when we reach the Jyväskylä, that is also the pretty much the northernmost point of the Lake Päijänne. So yeah, second largest lake in Finland. It's very narrow but very long, so it also works very well for our navigational purposes. So we are navigating mainly by visuals. And that lake, because it's very narrow and long, it's almost like an highway that we can follow along the journey. And when we are getting closer to Jyväskylä, I am then going to tune into the NDP, Jyväskylä NDP tower, so that I can find the airport more easily, even though it's good weather outside, so I can probably see it quite well. So yeah, it's 1st of May, and local time it's let me see, where's my mouse? 7:18, so almost 7:30. And yeah, the simulation of course is Flight Simulator X, and we are using FlyInside FSX add-on, so that I can use my virtual goggles and I can sit inside this airplane and see all the stuff. It looks pretty amazing, even though it's very old sim. But I think I prefer this one over the new sim that I haven't even tried, but I think it wouldn't run very well on my PC anyway. So, but this is butter smooth, can't complain. So yeah, what else can I say? I think it's time to. So this airfield doesn't have active ATC, so we just need to let the others know that we are about to take off, and then when we are reaching the Jyväskylä, I will then contact the tower and ask permission to land. So let's get on the air. And this is runway 7. And announce takeoff, and yeah, just straight out. And then I guess we can just go. Let's move on this window somewhere else. Actually, hold on. Where's my... Let's do it this way. Yep. There you go. Nice. Alright, let's take off. So we go full throttle. It's a little bit tricky, I think. It's at the end of the runway there's a forest, so we really need to get in the air before that. It's not a problem, it's just a little funny that we have all those trees waiting for us. waiting for us to crash into them. It's not like we have too much room, but we can just make it. Come on, come on. And there we go. Alright, let's get those gears up. I will fly forward just a little bit, and then I will turn a little bit back so that we can see the lake, our starting point. And then I will explain where we are going. But yeah, this looks pretty amazing. It feels amazing to be inside this plane with the VR goggles. It's hard to explain how it feels, but it's pretty much feels like I'm in the air. And I think some people can get motion sick, but that doesn't happen to me in this sim for some reason. Yeah, anyway, let's turn back a little bit so that we can see the lake and our starting point. Actually, just I can close the ATC window for now. So yeah, I think I will climb up to the 7,000, 8,000 feet. I use that as our cruising altitude, and when we are getting closer to Jyväskylä, I will descend to 5,000, 4,000, something like that. So there's the airport. That's Vesivehmaa, where we just took off, and let's even out this plane. Now it's just put our nose down a little bit so that we can see better. But you can see that little strip of land. So the lake, a little lake, or a fairly little lake on the left-hand side is called Vesijärvi. And if I translate that to English, it literally means water lake. So who would have guessed? Lake made out of water. And in real life there's a canal connecting these two lakes, these two body of waters, and this bigger body right there, it's Päijänne. So we are starting from here. It's Vääksy, or Asikkala, Vääksy. It's called Vääksy Canal. That is connecting these two lakes together. There's, by the way, there is a city. It's called Lahti. It's my home city right there. That's why I know this place. But yeah, there is pretty much the end, southernmost point of the Päijänne. So we are now turning to the right, and we are starting to follow this lake all the way to the Jyväskylä. And I don't know, it's gonna take maybe an hour, maybe less. It's hard to comprehend. Like, if I go there by my car, it's 2 hours drive. But of course, it's not like a straight line, and it's not going. My car is not going as fast as this plane. Alright, so let's try to even out this plane a little bit. We don't want to climb up too high, even though the visibility is quite good. today, so we can clearly see the lake and we can clearly see where we are going. I'm just keeping climbing. The climbing rate at about, where's my mouse? At about 1000 feet per minute. Yeah, so we will. I don't know, maybe this would be a good cruising altitude as well. Yeah, let's just try to keep this actually. So there's not much I can say at the moment. Enjoy the ride. And I'll get back to you when we reach the Jyväskylä. Or when we are starting to reach the Jyväskylä. Going through some clouds. And yeah, of course, no autopilot or anything, just me controlling the plane. And I'm not really like a professional pilot, as you may have already guessed, so I don't know. Like, I'm trying to keep things as realistic as possible, but I'm probably like missing all kinds of stuff. I know there's these things that you can use to change the propeller, the angle, I guess, and whatnot, engine mixture and whatnot, so I really need to learn to use those as well. So probably I'm now going very like an optimistic way. Also don't know how to use these lights or when to use them at all. But I think I should not probably touch these. I know that much. Outside air temperature 1 Celsius degree. It's summer. We're actually having quite a good airspeed at the moment. 160 knots. We should reach Jyväskylä in no time. There's actually going, in real life, there's actually going cruise ships from Lahti to Jyväskylä. I haven't tried those in my life, but maybe one day I will. It's like this sim doesn't do the justice for the scenery, but it's actually pretty nice out there. So let me see if I can find my drink somewhere. There. Let's turn a little bit. Also trying to decrease the altitude just a little bit. I noticed I was gaining maybe too much altitude without noticing. I think we are also gaining too much speed. Don't want to overstress the engine or the airplane in general. Otherwise we will find ourselves in Päijänne. So for a brief moment we don't have visibility. Well, it's quite cool in VR. Okay, I think we are. It's time to raise the nose a little bit. Also, it's also like this DC-3 airplane, because I think it's a Finnish air museum or something that owns one of these, and they are flying it during the summer. So I've seen it quite many times, actually in the air. It's a very nice view. Oh. It just looks like an old school airplane. That's probably why I like it. We are not keeping constant cruising altitude, I noticed. We are sailing between 7,000 and 6,000. I don't think it matters, but let's try to keep the climbing rate at 0 from now on. While also maintaining a decent airspeed. So I was actually thinking about getting this new flight sim 2024, mainly because the scenery, but then I read that not only it requires a very powerful PC if you want to run it, or if you want to use VR, but also I read that it's not very stable. People have reported that it has a lot of bugs still, and it's pretty unstable sometimes. And for me the most fun part of flying is the navigation. without GPS. So for that purpose this sim is very good. Of course it would be nice to have a real life scenery, so that would also make navigation more easy, especially around the areas that you know from real life. If I'm not mistaken, the frequency for the NDP is 296 kilohertz. Let's try to tune into that now. We have a lot of time here to wiggle with these settings. 200. I can probably change the view for a moment, just don't know how to change back. So yeah, here's the radio. So I'm now sitting in the middle. So 240, 286 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can use this here. 286 and ADF. Let's see if I can listen to that. Are we still? Okay, there it is. Most likely. Huh. Yeah. Actually, let's put it on mute. We don't want to listen to that beeping all the time. Now let's see if I can get back to the cockpit view. Yeah. And also let's turn a little bit. So yeah, we can actually see the navigation working, because we are now having this radio compass there, and that red indicator is now there. Also, maybe we should, I think I'm already seeing Jyväskylä or the end of the lake, so let's lower the altitude, I don't know, to 4,000 feet. Slowly. Also trying to reach my drink from the floor. I don't know, is it a little bit too fast maybe? And we should probably contact the airport soon as well. I'm not 100% sure that the ADF is actually working. And it should have the correct frequency. Let's try again. Can we hear it beeping? Okay. Let's contact the tower. Oh, okay. Well, let's keep it there actually. Nearest airport list. Jyväskylä. Request full stop landing.
Jyväskylä Tower, Douglas November 36644 is 26 miles south with kilo to land. Douglas November 36644, Jyväskylä Tower, flight left base runway 30, altimeter 2992.
Okay. Left base, so that is a traffic pattern that we need to use. And runway 30.
Enter left base runway 30, Douglas 644.
I can see the airport right there. I really don't know why the ADF is not actually working. Am I having the current frequency? I also know that it was 306 was another beacon right there. Let's try that one. Huh. Oh, I was having a wrong setting right there. Yeah, I was using yeah, it was a nav one, not ADF one. Okay. I see my mistake. I think we want to maintain about 4,000 feet or 3,500 feet, something like that for now. And as soon as this red arrow is starting to point to the left, I will then turn to that direction. And that should lead us to the airport. Right, somewhere there. It's hard to see. So yeah, this is where Jyväskylä should be. It's the end of the lake. End of Päijänne. But Jyväskylä is actually a pretty big town. But in this sim, looks like there's no town or city at all. It's a city, not a town. Okay, we are gaining altitude. Not really what I want, but this is fine. This is fine. I think we are just having just right altitude for a moment, for time being. I'm still having ADF on, yeah. So yeah, it's slowly turning the needle. Slowly turning. So we're gonna start turning soon as well. Oh, I think... Did we take a look at the time when we left off? I think it only takes like half an hour to reach Jyväskylä from Vesivehmaa. That's actually... Well, we are not there yet. But that's actually faster than I thought. So we are just using this NDP now for lining up the runway. Runway 30, so I know it's from this direction. You know how they call Finland a land of 1,000 lakes, and it's pretty clear when you are flying in sim where that name comes from. Can't really see, there's a reflection on the window. Yeah, it's somewhere there. And needle is slowly turning. You know, so starting to lose altitude. He actually gained like 1,000 feet. I think this is, they asked me to do the left base approach, so I think this is just that. Okay, let's start turning towards the runway. So there is Jyväskylä, even though we can't see the actual city, but it's there. It should be there. Let's try to maintain 3,000 for now. Now I can finally see the runway, so I can line the plane. I'm just trying to maintain a constant drop or decrease of altitude by maintaining or by alternating with the throttle. I think we are too high now. Let's put a flaps, one step of flaps now. Also, we maybe wanna raise the gears now so that I won't forget to do that.
Douglas 644, cleared to land, runway 30.
Yes, we are clear to land. Thank you. No, we are too high. But we can fix that quite easily.
Douglas 644, did you copy?
Yeah.
Cleared to land, runway 30. Douglas 644.
Still maybe too high. But it's a long runway, so for a plane like this, it's enough. Yeah, now we are getting to the correct point. Let's increase the throttle a little bit. we are coming quite hot, but like I said, it's a long runway, so we can make it work. Yeah, a little bumpy. But yeah, we have a touchdown and we are alive. Let's just wait the tail get down. Here we go. So yeah, that was a trip.
Exit runway when able.
Yeah, thank you. That was a trip from Vesivehmaa to Jyväskylä. So yeah, thanks for flying with us. And I'll see you maybe next time. Who knows? Bye bye.